Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Sanity check. Ken Skillet 8. As I mentioned at the top of the show, I came across something through Facebook. Skillet's dreaded enemy. That I thought was so relevant to Insanity Check that I didn't share it with Skillet yet. I wanted to read it live on the air to him and to you. This has to do with the latest phenomenon going on in the world, Miley Cyrus and her twerking bullshit. So when I saw this, I actually got so excited I almost didn't know what to do with myself.
You got excited? What, her twerking?
No. I saw the article.
Oh,
this article I'm about to read.
Okay.
So apparently, this was on CNN. Miley Cyrus's twerking. So I was led to believe that this was an article, actually an editorial, by the managing editor of CNN. And I'm going to read the whole thing. This is going to take about 3 or 4 minutes, but it's so fucking good and relevant that I can't really leave anything out. So I'll try to get through it as cleanly and as quickly as possible. The title is, Let Me Explain Why Miley Cyrus's VMA Performance Was Our Top Story This Morning. Over the years, CNN has become the news website that many people turn for top-notch reporting. Every day it is visited by millions of people, all of whom rely on worldwide leaders in news. That's our slogan for the most crucial, up-to-date information on current events. So you may ask, why was this morning's top story a spot usually given to the most important foreign or domestic news of the day? Headlined, Miley Cyrus did what? And accompanied by the subhead, Twerks Stun at the VMA. It's a good question, and the answer is pretty simple. It was an attempt to get you to click onto CNN.com so that you can drive up our web traffic, which in turn would allow us to increase our advertising revenue. There was nothing, and I mean nothing, about that story that related to important news of the day, the chronicling of a significant human events, or the idea that journalism itself can be a force for positive change in the world. For Christ's sake, there was an accompanying story with the headline, Miley's Shocking Moves. In fact, putting that story front and center was actually doing, if anything, is a disservice to the public. And come to think of it, it probably is a disservice to the hundreds of thousands of people dying in Syria, those suffering from the current unrest in Egypt, or hell, even people who just wanted to read about the 50th anniversary of Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech. But boy, oh boy, did it give us some web traffic, which is why I, Meredith Hartley, managing editor of CNN, put this story on our top spot. Those of us watching on Google Analytics saw the numbers of homepage visits skyrocket the second we put up that salacious image of Miley Cyrus dancing half nude on the VMA stage. But here's where it gets really great. We don't just do a top story on the VMA performance and call it a day. No. We also throw in a slideshow called Evolution of Miley, which, for those who don't know, is just a way for you to mindlessly click through 13 more photos of Miley Cyrus. And if we get the 500,000 of you to do that, well, 500,000 multiplied by 13 means we can get 6.5 million page views on that slideshow alone. Throw in another slideshow entitled 6 Don't Miss VMA Moments, and it's starting to look like a pretty good goddamn day on Monday, numbers-wise. Also, there are 2 videos, one of the event and then some bullshit 2-minute clip featuring our entertainment expert talking about the performance. Side note, advertisers, along with you idiots, love videos. Another side note, the Miley Cyrus story was in the same top spot that we used for our 9/11 story. Now let's get back to why we put the story up in the coveted spot in the first place. The Miley Cyrus suggestive dancing is the most important thing going on in the world right now. If you clicked on the story and all the slideshows and all the other VMA coverage, that means you've probably been on CNN for more than 7 minutes, which lowers our overall bounce rate. Do you know what that is? Sorry for getting a little technical here. The bounce rate is the percentage of visitors that a particular website who navigate away from the site after viewing only one page. If we can keep that rate low, to show companies that you just don't go to CNN but stay there, then we can go to Ford or McDonald's or Samsonite or whatever big company you can think of and ask them for big bucks. So, as the managing editor of CNN, I want our readers to know this. All you are to us and all you ever will be to us are eyeballs. The more eyeballs on our content, the more cash we can ask for. period. And if we're able to get more eyeballs, that means I've done my job, which gets me congratulations from my bosses, which is encouraging me to put up even more stupid bullshit on our homepage. I don't hesitate to call it stupid bullshit because we all know it's stupid bullshit. We know it and you know it. We also know that you're probably dumb enough or bored enough or both to click on all this stupid bullshit anyway, and that you will continue to do so as long as we keep putting it up in the front of your big idiot faces. You want to know how many more pages, views Miley Cyrus thing got than our article on the wildfires ravaging Yosemite? Like 6 gazillion more. That's on you, not us. To be sure, I could have argued that Miley Cyrus' performance merited top spot on our website because it was significant in terms of what's happening in the world of pop culture, or that the over-the-top theatrics are worth covering because they are somehow representative of the length to which performers must go to in the current entertainment landscape. But who the fuck are we kidding? Truth be told, anything at last night's VMA short of Lady Gaga beheading Will Smith with a broadsword belongs tucked away in our entertainment section, far from the homepage, far from the top spot, and far from the eyes of anyone logged onto our site this morning to see what was happening in the world. But then not nearly as many people would have seen it, which wouldn't get us the page views we want, which wouldn't get us the money we want, which wouldn't get me the congratulations I want. So you see, there's no stopping this. And what this is, you ask? Modern day journalism. And what is modern day journalism? Getting you to click on this link. And for those of you who don't, obviously you can't see this, the link brings you right to a shapeless, disgusting Miley Cyrus doing a horrible impersonation of a twerk. And by the way, twerking is some white shit, you know. We call it ass popping, booty popping. And you want to see where that shit really fucking hit the first airwaves? Go to YouTube and type in 2 Live Crew on Arsenio Hall. That's about 20 fucking years ago. And you'll see real asses doing real jiggling, and there was no such thing as fucking twerking. Do you understand? Morons, do you understand? Now, I was saddened to learn that this was from The Onion. This wasn't from the actual CNN editor. My nipples got erect when I read this. I was like, finally, the Messiah has returned. Someone in some power decided to speak the truth about you idiots. But alas, that's not the case. I would have made sweet, tender love to this woman if I had the opportunity. You know, I think even my girlfriend, who knows me well, would have probably held her ankles because that was the gratitude I had for this woman at this point in reading this article. But again, this was a spoof by The Onion. Touche, Onion, by the way. Excellent article. Excellent article. Skillet.
I'm sad right now. I'm sad right now because the people out there don't know that we've actually had discussions about
that's why I wanted to
broadening this show and bringing a pop culture sort of element, maybe a segment or something, you know, obviously to generate more views or whatever. However,
swear to God, this is true. We've actually been talking about this
since Thursday, since we went to see Chicago.
Right.
Yeah. A great band, by the way. And I called him up, what was it, yesterday? And I said, I don't know if I can do it. I did 10 minutes of research and ran across the same stupid fucking story. I see Robin Thicke coming out singing Marvin Gaye's song, whatever, because that's what it sounds like, you know, dressed like fucking Beetlejuice from the movie. I see Miley Cyrus doing, to me, nothing that I haven't seen before from Madonna, and I don't watch Lady Gaga, it's out of my age demographic, but I mean, I've seen this shit before, and what she was doing was just horrible because she has the figure of a milk carton. So I figure if she had like a big ass shaking all around the place, and be like, wow, it's a lot of ass moving.
Arsenio Hall, 2 Live Crew.
The Arsenio Hall show, I know the senses was like, wait a minute, because there was a lot of black ass, and you know, when women really know how to do that shit, they can get one cheek just to jump in while the other cheek is static, and then make them both pop and to make them clap. They could do all sorts of shit, right? I didn't see any of that. I just saw some skinny woman sticking her tongue out being lewd. Big deal. And the fact that this was everywhere, I was telling Ken, I don't think I can do this. We got to find an angle for me to be able to stomach such a segment, because to me it just shows you exactly what this Onion article said. I mean, people are so fucking stupid and easily led. We're about to go to fucking war where there will be lives lost, okay? And all people are talking about is, you know, did Robin Thicke steal this fucking Marvin Gaye song? And Miley Cyrus she shouldn't stick her tongue out, because that's what I saw today. I don't know. I was looking for a story, some shit like that. And what's his face? The dude that ate the bats, the fucking
Ozzy.
Yeah, his daughter was telling, you know, tweeted her, was like, you know, don't stick your tongue out so much. And then Robin Thicke's mother was like, I didn't know she was gonna rub her crotch on my son. And these are two separate stories. One person telling her don't stick her tongue out when she's being lewd, and the other person's like, oh, I didn't know you was gonna, you know, grind my son, who's 36, by the way. Or 37, whatever. What the fuck? Who gives a fuck? How is this relevant? How? But you know what? I thought of something just as you were reading that. And it'll be another one of these sociological experiments. Because of this segment, you can put that picture of Miley Cyrus
Oh,
there.
sure. I'm certainly gonna put twerk.
And tag the motherfucker out of that. You know, tag the shit out of that with nothing but twerking and Miley and Robin Thicke and whatever Robin Thicke's song is and all that shit. Because,
by the way, I have to mention this because this is what we do here. As I was prior to, just before this show, mind you, I just actually saw what all of these articles were talking about, which is why it was fresh in my mind how disgustingly shapeless Miley Cyrus is. But of course, there were other articles. You know, why twerking is potentially dangerous.
What the fuck are you talking
Why twerking
about?
is potentially good for your glutes and whatever have you. And of course, what probably will be coming right around the corner.
The twerking workout video.
Exactly.
You can twerk too. Twerk your way to a flatter stomach and thinner legs.
And tighter buttocks.
Yeah, twerk that cellulite away. Twerk it, girl. Twerk it. I mean, this is pathetic. I mean, seriously, you know, I understand doing a show like this, we can't bog people down with, you know, with just like numbers and statistics and morose and sad shit about the economy and all this other kind of stuff. That's why we try and throw you humorous but strange and odd stories around. But it's like, I don't know what sickens me more. Like I said earlier in the show, this terrible shit about this a random killing, which is fucking awful, or the fact that people find, I don't have no problem with Robin Thicke or Miley Cyrus, by the way. They're just doing what the fuck it is they do. My problem is, why would that shit garner so much coverage? That's the thing that sickens me, that people will take their time out of their day for whatever reason to seek this trash out and click on, like the article said, every picture, and then talk about it at the water cooler, if there are still water coolers out there, and all this other kind of crap. Why? You don't have to talk about the weight of the world, but how is anyone over 16 and interested in this dreck? Who gives a fuck? I would literally, if she twerked and shit herself, that would have been news.
While decapitating Will Smith with a broadsword.
If, you know, Robin Thicke's, you know, dick shot out of his fucking pants because he was hard at what was going on, and he was a little, you know, I'd be like, oh my God, that's a terrible, you know, that's something that would be newsworthy. But a regular, and it was so pedestrian what they were doing to me compared to some of the racier things.
Actually,
it was pathetic because, you know, but they don't know any better, because if they think that that's twerking, then, you know, whatever. That's like, you know, whatever. You know, they don't know any better. That's twerking to them. To me, it was just silly gyrating, and, you know, there wasn't no booty popping because she has no ass. And
horribly no ass.
It's not concave, but it's just flat. And she was wearing basically skin-colored granny bloomers. It's not even like she had like a thong on or something.
And it was like fucking plastic, which made
like plastic granny bloomers. So she wasn't even wearing something like, if she had a string to separate those. Because you remember when Cher did her "You Could Turn Back Time" shit.
Woo.
Now that was like, because Cher, you know, Cher was a little too old to be doing that. Her ass was flat as all hell and watery, and she had like dental floss between her butt cheeks.
And you saw the floss.
Yeah, you saw the shit. And
you still people saw the thong while it was in between
Yeah, she had like
technically her ass cheeks.
Yeah, her ass was so flat and
Good
non-existent
Jesus
that
Christ.
literally dental floss was still visible to the naked eye. But to me, that was racier than this, and then it was more disturbing too.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna talk about something, that's what I'm saying. That was something like, oh my God, I can't believe this 50-something-year-old woman is up on stage with the watery flat buttocks and the fucking thong with the muscle men dancing around her. That shit was like something. This was nothing.
And even though it should mean nothing, seeing Janet Jackson's nipple on national television, that's something that you were like, holy shit. Because when I first saw it, I was like, hey, is that Janet Jackson's nipple?
Well, it wasn't a nipple, it was a breast because he had a pasty like thing on it.
Same.
But whatever. I mean, I was like, oh shit, yeah, you're right. It's like, oh, wait a minute, hey. But this shit here, it's like, how the fuck is that news everywhere in the world? How?
Well,
so like I said, as you was reading it, I didn't give a fuck if it was from the onion or the potato. The shit was just disturbing to me.
yeah. But you know what, folks? That being said, I am unofficially putting it out there. I don't know what we're going to do with it. I don't know how we're going to work this out. I don't know if we're even going to follow through. But if you know someone, and I'll say it right now, you have to be a chick. I'm not going to go through listening to shit like this with some fucking dick and balls next to me. Hopefully you're a good-looking chick. You want to come on this show?
Big ass titties, preferably.
Preferably. You want to be a part of this show? You like this type of slop? Contact us. Let us see what you got. You can come up here every fucking week. But know this,
you
though.
must have thick skin.
Because, as the Emperor said, you will receive the full force of the dark side up in here.
Or some exorcist projectile vomit. I'm serious because I'm like, I'm still as I'm sitting here, I'm still trying to figure out what angle am I going to take to get me through this segment.
I don't know.
Other than like cutting her off to scream at the camera and call people idiots, sort of like the fucking Islam, the fucking
Black
Israelites. You dumb motherfucker, read, and then tell her to read the shit. Then go on. For you people that know the Black Israelite, that's the way they get down. And because I can't just sit there and take this nonsense in and digest this trash.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we're gonna have to work it out, but and there probably will be a Craigslist ad forthcoming. But you heard it here first.
Yep.
Don't feel sad for us because this might only last like 2 fucking weeks.
Yeah, I'm serious. Either the person might quit or I might just walk off the fucking set during the segment.
But anyway, folks, we're at the close of the show.
Damn, that show went really quickly.
Yeah. Well, no, we've been talking for a while.
Oh shit. Damn.
Thanks for coming.
Oh yeah, we feel like. Well, what are those 2 things with those 2 broads with the fucking squirrel?
Oh, the Magic Garden?
The Magic Garden, yeah, like you said. Well, once again, you can check us out on our Twitter, where all of these stories are going to be, put up in a few moments. At Insanity 12. At Insanity Check 12. Oh shit, at Insanity Check 12. Facebook, which is Insanity Check. Our Google Plus circles, and here's my first one: Insanity Check Radio. You see, this motherfucker's being stingy. All right, and you can watch all of this content in its enhanced version. See,
I'll give you applause, man. Yay!
And then
Yay!
Suck my balls, motherfucker. Both of you. And its enhanced version on our YouTube channel, which is Insanity Check Radio.
Thank you, folks. We'll be back.
Take care. See you next week. Peace.
We're trying